It is a beautiful morning here in Orlando, Florida. I'm going to be talking about my welds. A lot of you have expressed concern, which is great. You know, when I started this welding project, I know you guys only see what's on video, but the last thing but what I didn't do is I didn't just buy a welder and come out here and, oh, I'm going to just weld. I watched videos, I talked to people, you know, I asked advice from a number of different people. Actually, some of you, we have talked on the phone, and you know, because before I started this, I wanted to make sure it was right, and I knew I could always come back if I did something wrong. I mean, I, you know, was learning and as I was going, and you know, I'm not just quickly going over it. I'm making sure that there's penetration. I'm making sure that the metals are fusing together properly. I'm going to test my welds. So yesterday I was welding in a piece over where the exit door used to be, and I had a piece like this, and I wanted to get this off of the metal tubing, and let me tell you, it was not easy to do. I had to take my grinder, I cut through, you know, all the sides, and actually it was the one with the bad weld, what I felt like was a bad weld, and I had to grind and grind and grind and beat on it before finally I could get that metal pipe out of this channel. And that was my really bad weld that just was kind of spotted and stuff, so I'm thinking certainly the welds I'm doing now are much better. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this rod and I'm going to weld this onto it, and then we're going to see how sturdy it is and check it, because I mean, I too want to know, and I want to make sure that the welds I'm doing are going to hold up. Hopefully I can lay a lot of that to rest today for myself and for you out there. So let's go ahead and weld this together and see how hard it is to get apart. This looks a little messy because there was already welding that was on it. I didn't even bother cleaning any of that off. So this right here is the first weld I did. That's the second. That's the third. This is where I welded the plate into here. In here I just did 2 welds. Normally I do 3. So the first thing I'm gonna do is the sledgehammer test. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sledgehammer this right on these welds, because there's actually a gap behind. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a gap, so if the welds give, there's nothing that's supporting it behind it. So I could actually hit it right on the welds, and if it breaks the welds, it'll just push back into the channel. Take a look at this. I don't know if you can see that. This is actually bent, and the welds have not moved. They're still intact. So here it is bending the steel tubing, but the welds aren't breaking. That means that the steel tubes on the bus could bend and the welds still would not break. And I don't think that's gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna get the angle grinder and see how far, I'm gonna cut into these welds. I'm gonna see how deep they go. This poor piece of metal is like been obliterated. broke through my weld there. So that weld went about, I would say, a 1/4 inch deep. So this weld here looks like it went about a 1/4 inch deep as well. All right guys, so after seeing all that, you're gonna have to let me know what you think in the comment section. I feel pretty confident that the welds I've done are gonna hold up and stand the test of time. You know, this is like extreme what I'm putting these welds through. You know, not to mention that these welds are in a sense also supported via this sheet metal that's keeping everything structurally sound as well. This tube is bent from beating on it so hard, and those welds did not break. Weigh in on the comment section, let me know what you think. Bye. That you can see right where I hit it, right there. And the welds are still holding. Actually, you can see another spot I hit it right there. The welds have not moved. The pipe is still in the exact same spot it was in before.